you, and you should try to attend that and just set the goals to be there. All right, last one. I just want to remind everyone to go to the monthly meetings. They're the first Monday of every single month. And then our Sunday night coaching calls, those are each Sunday at 9:30. And if you have to miss it, listen to the recorded line. You have a week to do that. You can hear all these events and attend there. So with that said, I want you guys to get ready for the amazing opportunity that has forever changed my life. All right, meeting.
Thanks, Michelle. And Michelle has such an amazing story, and I always think if anyone in business after hearing Michelle's story and what she has gone through to get to this point, and like we are, we're all MVPs in training, but I think that Michelle is an MVP, and I really loved her and her story. It's just amazing. So, and welcome everyone that's in the room and consultants. Consultants, it's your first time here. Welcome. It's awesome that you're plugging in. Just to tell you a little bit, we're going to go through the opportunity. We're going to have recognition, and then we're going to finish up the opportunity. Then we'll take a little bit of a break, and we will do a training. Yes, you're welcome to stay for that training, or at the break you can talk with the person who invited you if you need to tell other things you can. Okay, so I'm a district manager, and we're all MVPs in training. So I've been in this business, I didn't write notes like everyone else, so 15 months or so. But my exposure to Arbonne was over 10 years ago. And I was having some friends over to my house. I invited some people to have a women's wellness weekend, and I had a yoga instructor and a bunch of different people. This is kind of talk about what they were doing and how we could support each other. And a friend of mine said, oh, she had her gold bag of RE9 products, and she said, well, I started selling this anti-aging and skincare stuff, so if anybody wants to try it, just let me know. And I was in my early 30s, I just had my second baby, and I thought, anti-aging, what? I don't know what to say. I use stuff in water, and I'm totally fine. Thank you, no thank you. So fast forward to after I had my third baby, and she was about a year old, and I started working out with a personal trainer. And you know, everybody says when you start working out, the first step you feel fabulous, but that is not happening at all. So my sponsor, who was my name at the time, said, you know what, we got this nutrition line, why don't you try it out, see if you have some success. And so I used the protein shake, I started using the sticks and some of the other products. And weight started coming up. It was awesome. I lost 3 pounds and over the next 6 to 8 months or so. And I fell in love with the product. So I started using the nutrition line. And then getting closer and closer to my first decade, and said, hey, isn't that skincare stuff that you're going to. And so then I joined as a wholesale buyer, so I could get a greater discount, never even thinking that I was interested in this business, because I already had a successful business, lived really comfortably, never wanted to start another business. And so I started using the products again, fell in love. It was near the end of the year, and I started looking at my numbers for my business. I have a master's degree, I'm a clinical counselor, and I was at the practice. So I already worked for myself, I was already an entrepreneur. I did it really successfully with no roadmap. However, I have 3 kids. My husband travels over 150 days a year. And I started to look at, all right, the only way I can grow my business more is by hiring staff, which means taking on more responsibility, or time in front of clients, or to raise my prices. So none of those really sounded very viable to me. And that's when I really started to take a look at this business and realized, I did this once without a roadmap. could clear. So I jumped in, and here I am in front of the room.
Good evening. My name is Colleen Grantham, and I am a district manager with Arbonne, and I have been with Arbonne for a year and a half now. A little bit about me. I am a busy mom. I am a full-time teacher as well as my husband. So first back into coaching baseball at the high school. He stopped. My oldest was 4, and he always had a dream to go back, and he just went back into it this year, and it's like, oh my gosh, I remember when I was never home, and we're busy with our 4 kids. So if anybody ever says, you know, I'm too busy, you can do it. My friends, our oldest is Colin. He is 15. He just finished his first year of high school. He's into baseball, wrestling. He just switched from soccer and football. He canceled both and now doing golf. My daughter Gracie, she's crazy into horses. We're traveling, doing horse shows, going to fairs. And our 2 youngest are into football, wrestling, football, basketball. So I'm never home, always on the go. So I take Arbonne with me, and I've actually really loved doing Arbonne with my family. My kids are a big part of it. They're all asking me about what's my goal for this month? Where am I with my goal? Who am I giving examples to? And they'll bring up like their friends' moms. I think she would really like it. You should give me a sample and I'll give it to her. So I'm like, okay. So I kind of skipped forward a little bit, but about a year and a half ago, I was invited by my friend Shark, you guys probably know and love, to a spa party. And at first, I was really maybe hesitant, like, I don't know if I really wanted to go. But then she's like, oh, it's gonna be fun, relaxing. Okay, I'll go. So I went, and at the time, I had recently turned 40, and like kind of Peg had mentioned, you start looking in the mirror, and you're like, oh my God, is that really me? Maybe this Cetaphil water is not really, like great, I need something more. So I fell in love with the RE9 that night, ordered it, and then I knew 2 weeks later, a friend of ours had booked another party. I'm like, okay, I'll get me his pass then. So 2 weeks after my first introduction to Arbonne, I went to another party to get the jeans pads. And that's when Charlotte's like, hey, I'm signing up, why don't you join my team? So I went, I'm like, no, we're busy. I don't think so. But like, yeah, okay, she talked me into it, great discount. Came to the meeting here and saw Laura Lance promoted. And we were just like taken back, like, oh my gosh, like she's only in this business for X amount of months and she's getting her white Mercedes. Like, maybe we could really do this. I can quit my teaching job and, have a little bit of identity. So I promoted district manager in 2 months, and then the journey, meeting new friends, and personal development over the course of a year and a half. So I'm really looking forward to the next promotions and seeing everybody in the room promote as well. So we're going to continue with the opportunity. What is Arbonne and what do we do? We are a health and wellness company and we educate. We educate people about the toxins that are in the products that we use and give them different options. Not just power, so the more we know, too. So we empower people with different options for their health and for income. We give them a fresh start with the nice products that offer the opportunity to build a business and give them some time and freedom. Our ingredient policy, our motto is pure, safe, and beneficial. All of our products are pure ingredients. Everything that is in Arbonne is safe. We take the best of science and the best of nature, we put them together to give the products that give our customers the best beneficial. We use with Arbonne, our bodies need, and we benefit from them with our health. Oftentimes we think you are what we eat, but also what we absorb. What we eat has a little filter in our digestive system, so some of the toxins we can get rid of, but when we put it on our skin, it goes right into the bloodstream, so there's no filter there. And 60% of what we put on our skin is absorbed, so we really need to start thinking about what we use. The average American has 200 synthetic chemicals that are in our body, so a lot of people are asking, why do we need to detox? What's this whole new detox thing? Well, that's why, because of all chemicals that are in our products that we're using. The Arbonne Advantage. What I love about this slide is everything listed here has been around with Arbonne for 35 years. So take a look at some of my favorites. Is that we're vegan certified? When I really started to learn what that meant, I was really in favor of vegans. That was another thing that I thought, okay, they probably reformulated their products in the last 5 years because all the celiac people being diagnosed, but no, they've been gluten-free from the start, 35 years ago. Same thing with GMO. Most people today, they might not even know what GMO is, but yeah, 35 years ago, Arbonne made sure that we use ingredients that were safe.
Okay, we have, now I think we have 300 to 400 products in our catalog. When you think about it, that's really astounding. And when I was learning about the network marketing industry, I realized that this was such a goal for us. We often say if you eat, if you have skin, or if you shower, we have a product for you. And I think that that's super important because that pretty much means that every person you come into contact with could either buy a product, you refer someone to buy a product from you, or join your team and buy and train other people how to do what we do. And the next slide up here, you can see some of the results that people have from our 99 from the body care products, from the nutrition line. I shared a little bit about my successful nutrition line. And you know, we all have our own personal stories and our client stories that we've gathered over the years that we've been working with our, and like Kane said, every single product has a benefit. We're not just selling cosmetics to look pretty. They're infused with vitamins and nutrients. They're actually going to help you on a help your health as well. So basically what we do is we turn expenses into an income. We teach and train people how to redirect money that they're already spending on personal products. If you walk around your home, you count the number of personal products that you have, it's astounding. It's absolutely astounding. And I did it when I first started talking about products. I'm like, okay, yeah, we're out of that. We're buying stuff, so we're really on. So we teach people how to look at what they're using, how to make a healthier choice, and then how to get paid for it, because we all have our own store. And so if I own a Starbucks, I'm not going to buy coffee at Dunkin' Donuts. Just like I own a health and wellness business, I am not going to go to GNC or Target or anywhere else and buy something that I can buy for myself. So network marketing is really just a smarter way to shop. Traditional retail is department store, big box stores, online shopping. Network marketing is marketing a good or a service in word of mouth. We are so good at this anyway. We do this all the time. I run into people all the time. I have a little bit of a shoe fetish, so I look at people's shoes all the time. I'm always asking people, where do you get those shoes? So mine is like shoes and scarves. But I ask people all the time, like, where did you get that? How did you do your living like this? And they tell me. And people ask me, so that way, let me tell you about how it's that way. And so we're plugging people in to systems and resources all the time and not benefiting from it financially. With our bond, we can totally benefit financially. It's so easy because we are. So networking, with our bond, product structure, we refer people to the products and go straight to the consumer. I love this. There's a lot of network marketing businesses out there where you either have to stock products or you have to deliver products or have your hostesses deliver products. That would be a big deal for me because, like Kane said, she's super busy. I am super busy. And honestly, I am not interested in driving products around. So this makes it really easy. People can also, with our new system, they can log on 24 hours a day, or you wake up in the morning, you just made money on sleep. Who does not want to do that? I do that before my counseling practice. It was a one-to-one. Somebody wasn't sitting in front of me, I was not making money. If one of my kids was sick and my sitter was sick and I had to cancel, I was no longer making money. So this is just a smarter way to be, not only a smarter way to shop.
Endorses network marketing. Possibly our next president. Isn't that pretty cool? Well, I'll just say that he's a potential, for president and to endorse network marketing. It's pretty cool, exciting. But he was on David Letterman show, and David Letterman asked this Trump, what would you do if you were to lose everything and you have to start all over again? And his response without hesitation was, I would find a network marketing company to get to work. And the audience laughed, booed, shouted, and he said, that's why I'm here and you're where you're at. So I thought that's pretty cool. Paul St. Pilsner is a multi-millionaire entrepreneur, and he actually has written a book about what's the industry becoming the next billion or industry. And he has quoted that the greatest entrepreneurial opportunity will be in distributing rather than manufacturing wellness products or services. And we don't even distribute, really. We just put orders in and UPS guy distributes. So I thought that was pretty cool, too. He also went on to say that the emerging industries of wellness and network marketing are combining to create today's and tomorrow's wealth. So everybody here has joined Arbonne or will join Arbonne. You are part of today's and tomorrow's wealth. So I think that's pretty cool. All right. And everybody wants us. 70% of Americans want to own their own. So they want us, we just have to ask them, are afraid of it because they don't want to open a business and put in a lot of money. About will we make money? With our time, it's very 2 to 3 months. All that money. But in your pocket, you get to help other people. And over $400 billion is made in home-based businesses. So there is a lot of money to open a home business. We just have to ask them. Start your own business. It's great because we don't have to worry about the things that we was worrying about, like I said, about opening a business. It's already planned out for you. There is a business success plan already. We just have to follow it. We just have to learn from our uplines and do what they ask us, do what they show us how to do. Like she said, there's no stock in delivery, and our products are consumable. So when we get a client and they get hooked on the R9 and they're going to want to reorder. They fall in love with the R9, they're going to want to try makeup. And they fall in love with the makeup, they're going to want to try the hair products. So just little by little, you get them hooked on the products, and then they're a client or and they want to possibly join your team and be a business builder. Also, what's great is you can have time leverage. So if you get 7 people on your team, and you and those 7 people put in maybe 5 hours a week, you put in 40 hours just putting in 5. So you get paid out 40 hours a week from your team when you yourself is putting in 5 hours. So that's great for busy people who are struggling. Okay. And what also is great is that it's okay. You can do it alongside your job that you currently have right now. So I'm teaching. There's a lot of other people. She was the counselor. People are nurses that you're allowed to take our on you. Watch your business grow. This slide I love because it shows you, it compares network marketing and our typical corporate America. A lot of people say, oh, network marketing, I'm not so sure. Isn't that like kind of like a pyramid? But no, it's not. Actually, corporate America is really a pyramid. If you see at the bottom are your basic employees, your cashiers, your cart boys. And some people, if they're lucky, they can join right in and be in the middle management. Not everybody starts at the bottom of corporate America. A lot of people who start at the bottom stay at the bottom. People that join in the middle, only one of them is going to go to the CEO, going to the top. But with network marketing, everybody starts at the bottom. No matter who you are, you start at the bottom. You learn everything, just like our national vice presidents learned. They know what you know. They went through everything, all the challenges, starting up, hesitations. They've been through it. And there are multiple spots for the CEOs in network marketing. Just in our small family here in Akron, we have 2. And 3 to 4 that are coming up in the next year or so. And we're not even talking about the new national vice president that's in Illinois. So we have so many right here in our small group.
So with Arbonne, we are, and you have the potential to get in on the opportunity. When network marketing companies launch, quite often they launch worldwide. Arbonne is very smart and strategic. And currently we are in 5 countries: US, UK, Australia, Canada, and Poland. I bet most people in this room can name someone, like you name who you know in the US, someone or in those other countries. You can probably name 1 or 2, or you know someone who knows someone in those countries. And that's the beauty of how network marketing, referral marketing, or relationship marketing, whatever you call what we're doing, all those things. That's how it works. Just the other day, an old high school friend who I totally forgot lives in Ireland reached out to her, grew up with her, our family totally close. He said, hey, I'm going to talk to you about this. I want to expand globally. Yes, a district manager can expand globally just by asking. And I think that Colleen made that really clear. We have to ask. We have to ask people. Ask them, who do you know? Who do you know? Who do you know that you can introduce me to? So it's an amazing ground floor opportunity. There is a strategic plan by the end of the year. And so we're still in the early phases. And when you think about how these are available out there, and we are just started, pretty stinking awesome. So this is really what everybody wants to know about: how to get paid and how much. So we have 7 aspects of income, but really I want to direct you to the bottom here where we talk about our promotions. There's 4, we all start as independent consultants, and there are 4 promotional levels in Arbonne. The district manager, you can count $1,500 a month, and usually the promotional period is within 1 to 5 months. The next level is area manager. You can make anywhere from $1,200 to $3,000 plus, and the average of that is somewhere between 5 and 11 months. And at this level, your business becomes global for 4 generations. And that is super important too. When I was taking a look at my business and shifting and doing something else, again, if I'm not sitting in front of somebody, I'm not getting paid. When I am no longer in that building, sitting and counseling people about how to change their lives, there's no money coming in. When I am doing Arbonne and coaching and counseling people about how to change their lives, both their health, see the link here, both their health and their financial lives, God forbid something happened to me, my family is still going to benefit from the business that I am building today, every day. So that is super important. Regional Vice President is really the hallmark promotion. That's where you get your white Mercedes. There's an $800 a month book to pick out your own white Mercedes. And at that level, you're making between $5,000 and $8,000. And that's really where people start to see, I think that area manager, people start to see, okay, I'm able to pay my mortgage and maybe you book the car payments. And regional vice president, people are saying, okay, I'm able to replace my income. And that is huge. And some people still continue to work their business, their other job, not their business, their other job right alongside, all the way up until next vice president, where you get $1,000 a month Mercedes bonus. And as Emily likes to say, you make total gangster money. So we're around, you're put in forever for that. Plus $1,000 a month. So we all have that to look forward to. Isn't that awesome? It's for around 3 to 5 years. But there are people who rock it in like 1 year. Which is really cool. So now we're going to take a little break opportunity, right? And we are going to do recognition. So you get to see all the people who are promoting and who are in qualification to promote at these levels, just to make that connection.
Awesome job, ladies. Thank you. Can I have the regional vice president come up front, please? All right. Well, they did a great job explaining about the Arbonne opportunities. Carrie, I'm a national vice president, and we're going to recognize people that did some incredible things last month. And I think this is a really great opportunity. If you are a guest in the room, just to see the people that are promoting to different levels and having success. Because, like they explained, it's really fun in our own local area. So the first group that we're going to call is qualification for district manager. These are people that are getting to promote to that first level. So when I call your name, please come forward. And Eva Rose, Andrea Ellis, Rebecca Brandon, Julie Kensky, Alicia Davies, Liz Zimmer, Stacy Towers, Gina Shirella, Sarah Goda, Erin McCray, Megan Singleton Blair, Danielle Spiker, Ashley Pritchard, Jessica Bowers, Taylor Robbins, Jennifer Dudick, Mary Sisler, Yolanda McKay. Then we also have a couple other ladies in the category that are also in qualification, but a little bit stronger qualification because they completed 2,500. Patricia Bisak, Sarah Dave, and Megan Ortiz, if you would come forward. All right, and then we have 2 ladies that completed their district manager promotion last month, Cindy Jakin and Julie Jembus. All right, once you girls get your brothers, come over here. Come over and back over here because I want to hear you. We want to hear your story a little bit. So one of you guys are there is a big deal because if you go to district, you do anything in this business, because really what we're doing is turning around helping other people do anything. So just share with us your name again and what you do outside of our run. Let's just so something a little bit about you and what you are excited for. Your business.
Well, my name is Cindy Jaden. I'm a registered nurse. I've been a registered nurse for 24 years. I'm very excited about my Arbonne business because I do want to retire as an RN in 5 years. I have 2 children in college. One graduated from college. One is in his 3rd year. I hate talking to people. But I'm very excited about this Arbonne business. It has really helped me grow as a person, and just excited for what it's going to bring to me. I wanted to thank Michelle, my sponsor. She's been awesome. Thank you.
My name's Leon. I started Arbonne back in October, and I had no intentions of doing this. My girlfriend, Marcy MacArthur, who's also my sponsor, asked me to have her launch party, so I invited some girls over, and I really loved the products, and I was all about supporting her business, and one of my girlfriends said, "You're not doing this." Well, Marcy wants me to, but it's just not what I was going to do. And by the end of the night, they had me so convinced, like, look at how easy this is, just do it. So I signed up, and here I am. Currently, I am home. I take care of my 3 kids, and then my niece and my nephew, and they're all in school full time, so I have to go back to work. And I am hoping that I'm able to do something that I love to do. I love to be around people. I was a social worker prior to this. I don't want to go back to that. I'm hoping to maybe do something else fun with kids, and obviously that includes a lot of money. So I'm hoping to supplement and then eventually have Arbonne B go from my plan B to my plan A.
All right, then the next promotion, we lost our slide, but that's okay. The next one is area manager. We have 2 amazing ladies in qualification for area manager, Kim Dewar and Kim Solowski.
Nice job.
And then we like to celebrate being halfway to region because once you get over that hump, then it's just exciting to start thinking about regional vice president and the Mercedes and the income attached to that being possible. So Miss Amanda Leidick and Michelle Dubik. Come forward, Michelle. Come on up.
You're used to
Really. It is just a really exciting time in your business, and a huge part of it is your incredible team also. So those are amazing leaders. Okay, and then I do want to recognize that even though she is in Illinois, that Nikki Smith, who most of us know and love because she's Danielle's sister, just finished her promotion to the top level national vice president. Such a huge accomplishment. She just has a really amazing story. And so, Nikki, you watch us. We're so proud of you. All right, so then we're going to move on to bonuses. At every level, you can receive a cash bonus. And this is just really a sign that you're building a strong, stable business. Oh, did I cut out for a second? When you're earning your bonuses. So at district manager, an extra $200 in your paycheck. Those that went to Vegas is actually an extra $400. So I'm going to read the names. If you could just stand when I call your name so that we can cheer for you at the end. Barb Zoller, Mickey Lover, Amanda Leiditt, Gina Ferraro, Allison Hatchie, Kim Dewar, Amy Godek, Jen Bronner, Barb Zoller, Carrie Kane, Laura Lance, Cindy Padovic, Melissa Parsons, Michelle Dubik, Gretchen Toddy Ludwig. You would all please. And then area manager bonus is an extra $400 in your paycheck. Myself, Amy Godek, and Laura Lance. And then regional vice president is an extra $600 in your paycheck. I earned that this month, but the exciting change that's coming is that starting June 1st, you can now earn to pay on your largest bonus, but now you can actually earn all three. So makes a difference in your paycheck. All right, so then we like to give a little gift card to the people that did 2,500 new and you, because again, they're building a strong, stable business. So if you did 2,500 in new volume this month, I'll raise your name and you can come forward. Laura Lance, Cindy Padovic, Amanda Leiditt, Kim Skolowski, Emily Berry, Michelle Dubik, Megan Ortiz, Barb Zoller, Allison Paschke. Okay, and then the last, category that we have is our Rising Star Awards. And for this one, we select a couple of people that have really just displayed excellence in just character and building their business and being a team player and all of those wonderful things. So we have two. I'm going to have them come forward and then I'm going to read a little something about them. So Danielle Spilker. I feel like I'm saying your last name wrong. What is it? Spilker? Spilker? Right. Okay, you can come forward and then Jen Bronner. All right, so these ladies a rose, and I'm going to read what Danielle's sponsor wrote about her. Danielle is in qualification for district manager. Danielle came to the May meeting never having experienced Arbonne before, but by the end of the night, she was all in. She signed up, got her products, had 2 launches and 4 parties booked within a week. Before May came to a close, she already had 6 parties booked for June. We had a few confusing or frustrating moments during her launches with the system getting orders in, but Danielle pushed through and kept her eyes on the goal. She's so dedicated to learning as much as she can and committing to the activity required to reach her goals. She's such an inspirational and uplifting person to have on our team. Throughout the month of May, she's been posting wonderful and encouraging things on the Nation page that keep us all fired up and focused. Her positive, thoughtful, and determined outlook is going to take her so far in this business. I'm excited to partner with her and help her reach her goals and see all the lives she touches with Arbonne. So congratulations. And then you can do whatever you want. Okay? You made the YouTube channel. Just met. So the second one is Jen. And Jen, I'm not going to read the thing that I typed up for Jen, so I'm just going to share with you guys why Jen is so awesome. So Jen sent me a box message yesterday and says to me, so I just did a party. Like, you didn't hear me, but it was in a barn. She didn't know the hostess failed to mention that it was in a barn. But Jen is so committed to her business, and I love actually the training that I was going to do is going to fit right in. Sometimes Jen calls me with these crazy stories, and I'm just like, oh, Jen, you're going to be such a good trainer one day because you're going to have all these relatable stories that are just going to really speak to so many people. And Jen is just really committed to her business. She drives 2 hours? 2 hours to come to this meeting every single month. Every single month, and on my way here, I'm always feeling text messages about like, not gonna make it. So I always think of Jen, because I'm like so committed to her business no matter what. And she shows the same kind of commitment and love to her family. And I just am so inspired by her and the dedication she shows. And I know that amazing things are in store for her. And so Jen, I appreciate you so much and you being a part of this team. So one more round of applause for us. Okay, so that concludes our recognition portion. A lot of exciting things happening on this team and in this area. And if you have not yet already, please take some time to send a message to Nikki, congratulating her, because to promote National Vice President is a really big deal. Not only do you get a notable raise as far as income, but you get yearly trips to Maui with you and guest, someone who's yeah, right. So it's a really amazing accomplishment, and so take some time to go and show her some love. But yeah, a lot of really exciting things happening. We're gonna take a little break right now. No? What? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize that was. Okay, I got it. Okay. All right. So you guys are gonna finish. We have like a couple more slides with the opportunity, and then I'll let you announce the break. Okay.
Okay, so I hope that's helpful for you all who are new in the room to see how this business is moving, how you can possibly make it work for yourself. I keep referring back to my own business. One of the things that really got me was the question is, where will you be in 5 years? And if you continue doing the exact same thing that you're doing right now. And I loved, and I do still love being a counselor. However, like I said, my business was because I could not do it myself, and I did not want to spend more time away from my kids to make it as successful as I wanted it to be. And with my husband being out of town as much as he is, I knew that our family, and I know that our family needs to shift and change, and our box is the way that I'm going to make that happen. You know, I think about had my friend 10 years ago had the courage or was brave enough to offer the opportunity, where I would be standing right now. And I would be laying on the beach with Nikki, probably, but I was there. So instead, she was not in the business very long, the first time around. So I had the courage to ask her to join my business, and she's on my team. So someone else, I think, along the way here, actually Michelle talked about, and she shared her heartfelt story at the beginning here on your current source, if you lost your current source of income. And that really hits people in the gut sometimes. You know, we're all in different phases of life. Some of us are really comfortable and we've got 401ks and we've got retirement. Other people are teenagers just starting out, and maybe they want to build something so that they don't have to have those kind of worries. Wherever you are, ask yourself the questions. And keep in mind, you know, when you saw that web up there before, the pink and blue circles, we all have a personal network, and every person we know has a personal network. So even if you can only identify 5 people that you would ever invite in your home, or ask to have a party for you, or a presentation, or sit down for coffee and talk about this opportunity, they know people too. That's the ripple effect of how this business works. It's not rocket science, it is math, and we can all do this.
There are 3 ways to win with Arbonne. I'm looking at this and it's different. One, you love the product and you're going to continue using the product. Or you might be number 2. And this is kind of like the guests that are in the room with us, that you could be thinking and possibly talk with the person that brought you here and kind of where you're at. So after listening listening to the opportunity. If you think, you still just want to stick with the products, let them know. Say you think you're number one, possibly number two, meaning, I'm really intrigued. This really does sound interesting. I think I might be in, but I need a little bit more information. Or you might be number three, like, I love this. This is so exciting. Sign me up. Let's get started. So just kind of think about that if you're a 1, 2, or 3, and let your person who brought you here let them know before you leave tonight. Right now, that concludes our opportunity. We're going to take a quick break. So consultants and guests are welcome back to an awesome training that is going to be put on Emily Bright. So restrooms are there, and there's more snacks in the back. So be back in about 5 minutes. Okay.
A very good one. Do you want it? So now it's crazy. It's nuts. I actually was at church yesterday. Church. Kind of middle school. We work at the bookstore and we kind of cross paths and each other for years. She had a creative view on it. She's like, talks about it. And I'm like, okay. She's like, I've been using art for 20 years and I've been a consultant. I just bought it. She said, I've been in touch with them all the time after. She's like, I just really just want to switch to. She's like, I don't necessarily want to sell. She said, but sometimes like I'll order for people that real estate orders like $1,000. And I thought, I know, right? So I never know what'll happen. Show me like that, do this, and show me that's something I worry about myself too. I don't want to get home with it. Yeah. And like the one thing that I really love about this is that there's such a big group of people that are
Alright. We're gonna go ahead and get started again. You can go ahead and take your your seat, please. Alright, we'll go ahead and continue with the training portion. We typically like to be out of here by 8:30. I'm going to do my best. As fast as I can talk. So my name is Emily Bright, and I am our regional vice president. My journey with our run started almost years ago, coming up on my anniversary. I was introduced to our run through my sister-in-law, Kelly, a few times, and when she joined the family and was building our run business, I was skeptical, to say the least. I was teaching second grade at the time, just graduated from college, was newly engaged, excited, married, all that good stuff, and just thought teaching was my career for 35 years till retirement. I'm gonna rock it out, and then life would start. You know, you kind of have that mindset. And I fell in love with products, like a no-brainer, just through using them to support her. And shortly after she had started her business, Carrie, my sister, had started hers, and I just always secretly watched them and just kind of wondered, like, what if I could do this? What if I could be successful? You know, you have those things that in the back of your mind, don't worry, those little fears and hesitations, and honestly just this self-doubt, but I just always had this little, like, gnawing something in my gut, like, what if this is for me? And so I and saying to Carrie, I think I'm going to do this. I think I'm going to do it because I just knew, as much as I loved teaching, I wanted to plan B for my family just in case. And I knew that while teaching allowed me to impact my 25, 27, 30 kids at a time, I could have a significant impact on those lives, but what if I find a way to make it even bigger? So I jumped in, and one of the things that I really want to talk about today is that this journey has come with so many highs and so many positive things, but some lows. And honest with you, I don't have a PowerPoint tonight, and I'll tell you why. As of last night at midnight, was doing a totally different training in conjunction with CNL and a couple other VPs who have other meetings this evening. And it's an awesome PowerPoint filled with tips for how to grow your business over the summer. But I just had this, like, wrestling that that's not what I was supposed to stand up and say. So I have a new training that I wrote at 1 a.m. And honestly, some of it even changed on the way here. So I don't know how this is going to go. If you're a guest in the room, I'm sorry. But I feel like those of us that are in this room for the most part have been around a while. You know how to grow our business through the summer. It's not any different, really, than the rest of the year. So we can toss in some margaritas and sangrias to your invites, and it looks a little bit different, but it's really essentially the same thing, and it really just comes down to doing the do. And to be honest with you, if you listened to my call a couple weeks ago, for a while, I don't feel like I've been doing the do as well as I could, and I would venture to say that a lot of people in this room would be in the same boat as me. So I'm not going to make you raise a hand, right? So I just wanted to recognize those low spells of this business, not to dwell on them, not to stay there, but just to recognize them and help you identify with how to move on. So for me, building an art-run business has always been parallel with my personal journey as a parent, my personal journey as a teacher, and you can do the same thing. If you're a consultant in the group, there's other areas of your life that you can see the highs and the lows, the ups and the downs, the trials and the times that make you so much stronger, that really test you and challenge you. And so the point that I want to make at the beginning is that this business is supposed to be demanding, be stretching. It's not supposed to be easy. You roll over your national vice president, but it's supposed to be worth it, and it is. So if you're in one of those down times or those rough patches, it's okay, because so many times we have a little glitch, a little bump in the road, and we throw our hands up and say, I raised my blue flag. I was not meant to do this. I'm not cut out for this. Arbonne was brought to me by mistake. Or you feel like it's you, or you're not the right fit for this company. And I just want you to wash all that away and know that is not the case. And I told you that in my mind, I compare everything to my parenting journey, because my journey with parenting started very abruptly. So if you don't know my story, I married a widower with 2 children that are now, I can't believe it, 19 and 16. So my goal, we dropped the oldest off for college this fall, and I had 3 different people ask me if I was all signed up for my classes. And I looked at Greg and said, okay, when Sage, who's our 2-year-old, when Sage goes to college, that's my goal, to still be getting asked if I'm all registered. He's like, okay, honey. I'm pretty anti-aging for that. I jumped in without any background, without any skills, without any roadmap, exactly like you do in this business. We have a system, we have things set up to help you, but everything's unfamiliar. The language is unfamiliar. I remember clipping Seth's toenails for the first time, thinking, "Oh my God, I didn't realize you had to do this." Because when we got married, he was only 9 years old. And there were so many mistakes that I made that basically I just failed forward. I could go on and on with stories, and it's too bad that we're short on time because some of them were really good. But we had, I'll just tell you some of them. The first parenting conference I ever attended for Kelsey, I had to go by myself, and Greg had something. And so I bucked up like a good parent. There I was at 23, attending parent-teacher conferences. It was like this U-shaped teachers, all, middle school teachers all meeting together, one parent, so they're sitting like a deer in the headlights. And they gave this awesome report, and she's doing so great, she's so social, we're just so excited to have her in our classrooms, we just so enjoy her, what an awesome friend she is to so many, and I'm like, okay, great, and I start sobbing, sobbing. I don't know where it came from, this nice teacher reached like across the U, and she's like, it's okay, honey, this is a good report. I know, I'm just so proud of her, I didn't see it coming. Yeah, so there was that. A million times that I did stupid things, like the first time I ever cooked a frozen pizza in the oven, I left the cardboard underneath. The first time I hosted Greg's family, I had a tray of appetizers that as I pulled them out, slid off the oven, off the tray, down into the bottom of the oven, lit on fire. Smoke everywhere. So of course the smoke alarms go off, the police come, the firemen come, and I'm sitting there like, Happy Thanksgiving! Awkward moments, times that I wish I could take back, that I wish I could go over, but I just came to a point where I had to release myself of all this. She could do it better. This is how I'm supposed to do it. X, Y, or Z. I wrote my own rule book, and I just went for it. Our biggest battle was over ranch dressing ever. I did not serve a salad for 3 years following that incident. But I look back and I'm proud of what I did, even though it included all of those down spells as well. And so Arbonne is so much the same way. And I know that there are times that you think the VPs have it all together, and the VPs haven't experienced what you're experiencing, and there's so much that you're doing incorrectly and whatever, all that stuff. So I wanted to prove that wrong. I wanted to give you a little list of the things that we have experienced as VPs. So I actually, sort of last minute, collected some things that have happened to us. So whether you believe or not that we don't have this picture perfect life of, you know, pre-scheduled childcare and a crazy clean house and a whole staff lined up to help us, it's not the way we live. We're in the trenches with you. We are, and that's the way we build. That's the way we'll always build. So honestly, I didn't have time, again, to create my PowerPoint, but I actually took pictures of my house that I'll post on Facebook because my first time planning a meeting, it was crazy at my house today. My mom actually had to come over for a quick 2 hours so I could figure but I took those pictures and I will put them on Facebook so you can see that is, yeah. Carrie's. And she is still like. Okay, so as you're experiencing things in your run business, remember some of the things that we've experienced as well. Let's see, driving over 4 hours to a party for one guest to show up and they're already a preferred client of someone else. When you forget how to add and miss a very large bonus by just a couple dollars in QB. When you go to the wrong place to meet with a potential business builder twice. That was even me. When it turned into compliance for something that you did not do intentionally. When a guest informs you just how offended they are about the way you spoke regarding mineral oil in front of all their friends. When 8 children under the age of 7 decide that they're going to play tag in the same room as your presentation, and no adult stops them. When your GPS tells you that you've arrived a little too early and you walk into the wrong house or party. Let's see. When you're up late for a party over an hour away that has 0 sales, and you sleep through a call the next morning that you were supposed to have recorded with some bigwig NVPs. My mom said we should do it and guess which VP. I was like, that could backfire. You follow up with a client just for them to tell you that they don't want to buy Arbonne anymore because they found something better, or a blog says they shouldn't, or they started making their own skincare. Rudely asked to be removed from an email list. People tell you they're interested in the business, and then when you follow up, they act like you're from Mars. The house of a host is so gross you don't even set your bag down. For the guests in the room, most of our experiences are not like this. That we can laugh about. This is probably the best one. You drop off samples to a house that's so run down you think you have the wrong address. You show up the next week for a party, it was the correct house, and a lady in a giant Winnie the Pooh t-shirt answers the door, and her husband, who excuse me, is on disability, wants to do the business only so he never has to leave his house. Doesn't work that way. You show up to a party I recently moved in apartment, and the entire party is held on boxes since there's no furniture, and when it goes dark, there are no light bulbs, so the host lights candles. When you show up to a party forgetting catalogs and client care forms. When you show up to a party that has actually begun hours before you arrived and everybody's already drunk. When you execute a party with six guests, 4 of which are significantly impaired with dementia. And I'm not making fun of that in any way, but the point is that this consultant said she had to repeat the steps of the RE9 so many times she ran out of cleanser and toner. That's sad. They just don't, just keep going with it. One more month. You asked to move the party outside because it's such a beautiful night, but the truth is that the pet odor is so rank you can't stand to be in there any longer. The one time that a dog, two boxers, licked my legs the entire presentation. And it was 0 sales. Yeah, when people ask to be removed off your email list, usually in a rude way. When you've had more people quit your business than have stayed, it's a big one. Had a new consultant return their entire start kit without even telling you. That was me, and I'm still like ready for the launch date. Dealt with angry customers over the phone. Waited for hours on hold with customer service only to get disconnected before the issue is resolved. Questioned whether this was truly worth it. Left crying kids, a stressed out spouse, a house that looks like a tornado blew through it. Your hostess and all guests rush out right after you finish your cosmetic tips so that they can make their dinner reservation and leave you alone in their home, waterless, to clean up. And then there's some mistakes that honestly I wanted to share that I made by choice, because I think that it's, and again, I was going to do the training on these awesome summer tips, but the truth is you can figure out what you're going to do if you're committed to doing it. So I think it's more important to address, the choice to be building your business consistently. The mistakes that I've made. I remember very vividly being at a conference that's in the middle. We took a break and there was a booking blitz. So we just had time that we could call through contacts and invite them to check out products or post for us or things like that. And I pretended to be on my phone the entire time. I never actually dialed because I don't know, because I was so embarrassed and afraid to make phone calls, but I didn't want to be the only one awkwardly eating the cheese platter at the table in the middle of the room, so I did it. Attended trainings and forgotten about your notes by the very next day. Made 1,000 to-do lists that never checked off, and then came on too strong. I was thinking about this the other day. This especially relates to prospecting. Different times that I've had semi-relationships with people and maybe brought Arbonne up too soon or too strong, or just my personality was too much. I would imagine that. I was doing Zumba the other day, and this girl that I've been kind of talking to, and we're doing camp class together, Zumba class together. She's got a little boy, so we pick up our kids at the same time. And it was a little crazy for me because I'm 6 foot, not that coordinated, and I'm always like 3 steps behind. So I said to this girl, I'm like, sister, we're gonna have to send out a search and rescue party for my underpants. I have no idea where they are right now. And her face was like, I did not know what to do. And in my head, I'm like, come on, Jim, that was I said it, and then regretted it. Immediately regret that decision. Time will tell whether she goes crazy. Okay. I really wanted to show this. I feel like now I shouldn't because of time. Show it. Yes? Okay. It's kind of long, but this, if you haven't seen it, this is a contestant on America's Got Talent. And this guy has an amazing story. And while you're watching, I just want you to think of the parallels to not only your Arbonne business, but just life in general. Because there's so many times that we just easily get swept up in the day-to-day and our own struggles, our own stressors. Life is so hard because not realizing what other people go through every single day. Kelsey was home this weekend and she was telling me about her boyfriend's mom who's in a wheelchair, 16. And we had a really awesome conversation about how going to visit his family totally gave her a whole new perspective on what she takes for granted. For Emmett's mom to put on her pants, what she has to go through, for her to cook herself lunch, for her to take herself to the grocery store, what she has to enjoy. And the obstacles that she faces. And this is a story that really touches, give you that. Somebody else always has it more difficult, more challenging, and so proud of this guy. So.
Hi. You okay?
Yes, my name's,
What is your town?
I'm a comedian.
And when did you start doing comedy?
About 4 years ago, I didn't want to always do comedy, but I had a sports injury. That's why. Almost 4 years ago, I was on a softball team. There was a grounder that took a bad hop and hit me in my throat, which damaged some nerves in my home. I felt angry about it at first. I started to write down all my frustrations on a napkin. My girlfriend encouraged me to try just talking about all this. I started to do comedy as a way of I guess coping with it. I was so bad. The person I was before would probably never hang out with who I am today. We're lucky if they got to talk to me. And that was a jerk. I feel a lot of responsibility to show people that you can turn anything into a positive.
How does softball cause a stutter?
I was supposed to go sleep on a concussion, but I know that. Yeah. You learn.
Are you in a relationship? Do you have a girlfriend or?
Yeah, I hope he's here.
Is she supportive of your stand-up career? Or?
No. I mean, she's sorry. Kind of emotional. She took on 3 jobs. So I understand.
Wow.
And
Wow. I'm anxious to hear your act. Best of luck. The stage is yours.
I'm okay with my voice, but I still struggle with some things like I how hard is this done? Yeah, because you got to say and you're talking through. I don't know why I would work there. I want to get to where people start to use my voice as the voice of their GPS. And wow, when positive is why I'm here, but I feel some people don't think that. Like I did a show one time where a guy stood up and was like, hey, You can't just make fun of disability. Just got you have. I was like, well, did I still ever?
Well, the crowd is going to be waiting through. You know, it's such a hard thing to get up on the stage when you got everything going for you and everything's clear. To go up there with your situation and to pull this off and get the crowd with you is almost impossible. So I, along with the audience, applaud for that, really awesome.
What I love about you is you take your situation and you turned it into like more than figure you're a joke.
Here's what I know you're here to make people you make, because comedy usually comes from a dark place. A lot of comedians, are depressed. I personally, in my life, used to try to gain some happiness. What you did is you looked for the light at the end of the darkness. That light is your comedy. And I'm telling you, I haven't been moved by an act like this up until this moment. And because of you, and because of this moment, I want to do something very special. Something I haven't had a chance to do, and I'd like to do this. Everyone, you doesn't know what's going on. They're going fun. You, my friend, are going straight to the live show. They're ready to You are worth $1 million. I want to see you at Radio City. You call so good. Live shows, I truly believe he's got real shot at the
That was really nice.
Hey, dude, did you like it? Did this you won?
I just love that he shares, that not everyone supported him. His girlfriend had to take on 3 jobs for him to pursue his dream, and that the judge said at the end, not only did he take a negative and turn it into a positive and inspire so many other people, but he's brought me into so much of the world. And so I just wanted to share that because I think those things get you, they tug at your heartstrings and they make you look at your own life with a different perspective, a different setup. And so May was an incredibly low month for my team and I, but I saw that and it's like, what? I'm so blessed. I have 4 amazing kids. I'm home with them every day. I have an awesome husband, awesome family. It just really shifts what you are thinking about. So this is really cool to check out. So for all the lows that there can be, there are just as many highs. And I just really want to encourage you to celebrate those because there's just as many success stories as there are mistakes. And so, you know, in some other part of your life, you can find that same thing, that where there was struggle, there can be victory as well. And so in my parenting journey, which I always go back to, you know, there was a lot of struggle just because there were kids that you never knew and just foreign territory and all that good stuff. The two big victories that really stuck out to me a couple of years ago, I got a card from Kelly, who was definitely our hardest, you know, because she was oldest and most attached to her mom, you know, before she passed. And I got a card, and in what she wrote, it said, "Thank you for not giving up on," I always swear I'm not gonna cry, on Dad and Seth and me, because I know that you could have. You know, and that just really stuck out because there were times that I'm like, what am I doing? Or someone else could do it better. I shouldn't be here. Like, hello, God, were you sleeping on that day? You know, but it just all has worked out for greater good. And also, the second victory, if you were at the area retreat, you might have heard me say last year that she actually sat me down one day last fall. And it's kind of funny because she said, you know, can I talk to you for a minute? And I said, sure, yeah, like, what's going on? She's like, well, I've been thinking about something for a while, but I don't know if it would make you feel awkward. So I'm not, like, you can say no, it's okay. And of course, in my mind, I'm like, she wants to be an urban consultant. Not yet, she says one day. But she's like, I was just wondering if you would be comfortable if I started calling you mom. And that was just like so powerful because it was like everything just came together and came to fruition. All the little seeds that I had planted in the times that I reached out and didn't necessarily get things back, or, you know, teenagers, or I wasn't sure the impact that I was making, that it just came back around to say, like, keep going. This is where you're supposed to be. So I just encourage you to look for those victories in your urban life. And, you know, there are those down times, but if we focus on those, we'll be still exactly where we are forever and ever. If you can take the positives and focus on those and run with those, the times that you actually implemented notes from a training, or the times that you had a whole calendar and you really worked your business because you were dedicated to it. The times that you followed up with customers went really well. The time that you had a $1,000 party, it took me 4 years, 4.5 years. I fought to have a $1,000 party in sales. You know, I just had that on my mind, and I finally hit it with a host that wanted to cancel because she didn't think anyone was coming. When people join your team and stick, they stick with it. When you've been thanked for changing the life of another person, give back to organizations that you're really passionate about, get debt paid off, you gain self-confidence and self-worth. 5 years ago, I stood up here with highs, but I've learned to drink this, and you're good to go. A little self-confidence is best too. If I fall asleep right after this, like, it's like a father of a bride where he's like sending something never to. When you see your potential impact, you know, those little glimpses of like, wow, I am amazing. I can do some awesome things. When you've inspired other people. So I wanted to speak on behalf of the VP team to say that moving forward, we're more committed than ever to leading you guys from the front, to doing the do, because if anything, I think we're guilty of helping too much instead of leading by example. You know, that comes from a place of just full, overflowing hearts and wanting this business to be successful for everybody. And so we put so much time into the team, and that's not going to stop, but we are committed to shifting a little focus, just proving that it can be done because you're watching us and you're seeing it happen by our example. So here's things that I really tried to do last couple of months. Treat your business. I heard that saying over 5 years in my business like a gazillion times, and it was probably kind of like, whatever. But to really carve out the time, and I try and tell myself, if I had a party to go and do, would I call and say, this is not going to work out because like the kids are cranky and the dishes aren't unloaded from the dishwasher and my husband's stressed out and you know what, I just like got to see Scandal tonight. I wouldn't do that to someone else, but we do it to ourselves. And so there goes our time that we were going to make calls, or there goes our time that we were going to put the pamper basket together or make a sample pack that we already have the person in mind for. So many times we cheat ourselves on those little things and we don't choose personal development, we don't choose what we're supposed to be choosing. And I just try to really shift that thinking and tell myself, I wouldn't give up on other people, I never have, so why do I keep giving up on myself? And really, really shifting that. To reading daily, to book a full calendar of activity, has always been my biggest struggle, and I'm proud to say I have 4 bookings for June, so it's awesome. And that came from a place of being on purpose and purposefully meeting new people and creating new networks and asking people outside of my circle of customers and things. And to release all of the negativity that tries to come your way. So no matter what highs and lows, the choice to continue fighting no matter what happens is yours. Believe in reasons that you started. And put your dreams in connection with that daily do. Be thinking about bigger goal and the small steps at the same time constantly. Savor that business is in the hands of God, and that I am His vessel to do what He wants me to do for a greater purpose. Smile. Have some fun. Try Zumba. You don't talk about your underwear. Step outside your comfort zone and get out there. And remember that you're here for a reason, and there are people just waiting for you to trust us with them. So that's what I have. Thank you for saying that.
Everybody always loves when Emily speaks. The last time she did training, they turned it into a learning bird. So we're so blessed to have her as part of our nation, and someone that she always just shares from her heart and truly is like beautiful. And just really proud of you, and I thank you for going with your heart and not the training that was prepared for you. It was good. It was good. Yeah. Okay, if there are guys that would like to stay for the getting started portion and see kind of what next steps look like to actually start a business, it does not mean that you're, signing up tonight or anything like that. If you just want to kind of check out what the next steps would be like, we're going to do a little getting started up here in the corner. If you're staying and mingling and talking, if you could kind of move towards the back of the room, that would be helpful, because last time I had an issue with noise. The person that was leading it was trying to shout how to get started in the business. So if you would like to come up front, someone will be leading. It's just about 10 minutes, so it's nothing too long. But thank you guys for staying. You guys are amazing. Such an incredible group. And big round of applause for the Brett region for the national. I believe is back to the Kane region. So we'll bring it to live. So thank you guys so much for being here. Have a great night.